Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. Rushed into production and released only 6 months after the box office success of Part 1, The Inspector Wears Skirts 2 is more about the comedy and less about the action, although still has its moments. Produced by Jackie Chan once again, The Inspector Wears Skirts 2 opens with a fantastical dream sequence that sees Sandra Eung's character of Amy promoted and Sybil Hu's Madame Wu demoted. Now in charge, Amy sets about terrorizing her former commander and teammates with harsh training regimes, then further abuses her powers by threatening to execute one of the Tiger Squad members with a rocket launcher. Of course, this is the complete opposite of how her life really is, and soon, back in reality, poor Amy is suffering more of the same with corporal punishment, tough training regimes, and abuse from her male colleagues. While many of the original cast members return for the first sequel of the series, such as the aforementioned Sybil Hu and Sandra Eung, Shaw Brothers Queen Cara Hoy, Regina Kent, Stanley Fung, Billy Lau, Mars, Bill Tung, Johnny Chung, Ricky Hoy, Ken Lo, and others, the story introduces 4 new members to the Banshee squad who don't really connect with the original team. After plenty of squabbles, backstabbing, and catfighting, the squad eventually learn to work with each other and join the Tiger Squad for a new mission to take down some terrorists. 2 of these new additions include the wonderful Amy Yip and Mei Lo Mei Mei, wife of Hong Kong superstar and pop idol Jackie Chung. Making her debut in Donnie Yen's Mismatched Couples, Mei went on to star in 30 films over the next decade, including many Andy Lau flicks such as City Kids 1989, Return Engagement, No Risk, No Gain, The Last Blood, and Dances with Dragon. Amy Yip, who had a similar length of time in the industry with a few more titles behind her, had already cameoed in the first Inspector Wears Skirts film, briefly popping up at the start when the new cadets are gathering in the classroom. In fact, Yip had only just came into the film world, with her role here being only her 3rd, after a turn in the 1987 comedy Who is the Craftiest, alongside co-stars Bill Tung and Ricky Hoy, as well as a small role in George Lamb's Heart to Hearts, that also saw an appearance from Mei Lo and Angeli Leung, who, incidentally, plays another one of the squad members here.
Ready? Go!
On top of this, viewers are entertained with a love triangle between Sybil Hu, Stanley Fung, and a new officer on the scene, played by the wonderful Melvin Wong, a hugely recognisable actor who had been starring in Hong Kong movies for well over a decade by this stage. From Descendants of Wing Chun to Ghost Nursing, and Yes Madam to Righting Wrongs, Wong fast became a favourite for many Hong Kong film fans and is still appearing in films today. Viewers will enjoy his well choreographed and fun sparring match with the hilarious Stanley Fung as they fight each other over the attention of Madame Wu. In fact, it's only one of a few action sequences sprinkled throughout, with the first 2/3 of the film really focusing on the comedic side of things. This is mostly left in the hands of the great Sandra Eung, with The Inspector Wears Skirts 2 really becoming her show, proving that Golden Harvest clearly saw her potential and the benefits in her comedy timing. And rightly so. From her debut alongside co-star Cara Hoy in Sammo Hung's fantastic Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, to her run of Golden Chicken movies and so much more, Sandra Eung has went on to become a highly respected and award-winning actress who has also added the credits of producer and director to her resume with great acclaim. While the comedy here is heavy, it's also very hit and miss, although genuinely funny for the most part. That said, The Inspectors Wear Skirts 2 lacks any drive or coherent plotline, mainly regurgitating the best ideas from Part 1 and quite obviously missing the presence of martial arts action star Cynthia Rothrock. And much like before, we are treated to another dance number, this time at Madame Wu's birthday party, which revolves around potential couples trying to make each other jealous. Strewn throughout, we get to enjoy more torturous training and pratfalls, as well as another fun martial arts contest between the squads that allows the Jackie Chan stunt team members to show off their work, as well as the aforementioned showdown between Fung and Wong. But action fans can rejoice in its closing chapter as the last 15 minutes take a turn for the better as a gang sets out to rescue their boss from a travelling police van. That man in question is played, once again, by Wushu Wonderboy Jeff Falcon, and while it's not clear whether this is the same character from Part 1, I like to think that it is in order to bring some consistency to this entry. He is joined by a team of recognisable bad guys, including the brilliant Bruce Fontaine, John Ladalski, and Dan Mintz, as well as Jackie Chan stunt team members and brothers Rocky Lai and Benny Lai, with the former also doubling duties as the assistant director of the film. Although it seems like an afterthought and gives no real background to the mission, the grand finale still proves to be a great closure, with both commando squads giving their all against the fearsome terrorists. The finale location looks very similar to that of an action sequence in Sybil Hu's Devil Hunters, which was also shot the same year, and allows for plenty of fun moments, including Amy Yip's hilarious bulletproof bra, and a wonderful fight on, in, and around an inflatable dinghy inside a bunker. And with that, The Inspector Wears Skirts 2 continues the series' reputation as the Hong Kong version of Police Academy, and, much like its Hollywood counterpart, is clearly far from perfect, yet it still manages to offer up plenty to enjoy along the way.
The toy